listeners of Radio Zindagi, America's number one and largest and the most popular South Asian radio network. That's a Radio Zindagi. Happy Friday afternoon to you all. I am Sanjeev coming live to you from Radio Zindagi studio in New Jersey. And of course, happy to be with you always for the show, which is going to be happening in the next half hour. But happy always to be with you whenever there is a show which is very informative, which is full of information. And when someone shares some knowledge with us on Radio Zindagi for our listeners, it's always interesting, and I always look forward to that kind of show. And today, right now, at this moment, we are going to be starting that show. We're going to be having a live conversation with Mr. Anil Grandhi of AG FinTax. Now, I know this. Someone could say, listen, tax season is over. Tax season, the deadline is over, but tax season is never over because year round the tax season is always in the place, and it should always be, because once you file your taxes, there is more to do about tax planning and for the next year. And the individual who have filed the extension, they really need to file their tax return. So there is always something related to tax throughout the year. And as we are joined by Mr. Anil Grandhi, who is the founder and the chief of AG FinTax, Financial and Tax Services for the dynamic business owners, we're going to find a lot of good information from him. So first of all, let me welcome Mr. Anil Grandhi once again on Radio Zindagi. Good to have you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for this invite, Sanjuji, and I'm so happy to be here on Radio Zindagi.
Yes, we are happy also. Thank you so very much for taking time out. Last time we had a very interesting conversation, very useful tips that you gave. That was in the middle of the tax season. And like I said, that, tax season is throughout the year. It's not only that till April 15th or September 15th or October 15th. It's always something going on. Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin this, of course, you are listening to us live on several frequencies. 540 AM, 101.5 FM, HD3, and then 96.7 FM, and also on a Facebook, Radio Zindagi's Facebook page. We're also joined by Mr. Chandra Hassan, who heads AG FinTax office here in New Jersey. Chandraji, welcome to the show, and you are heading New Jersey office in the Princeton of AG FinTax.
Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you for the introduction.
Sure, absolutely. AG FinTax, their website is agfintax.com, and their phone number 253-289-9774. Listeners, make a note of that, 253-289-9774. Now, with that note, let's begin the conversation with Mr. Anil Grandhi. Anilji, as we are living in this world when everyone is very busy, and even though they think they have all the information at their fingertips, sometimes they overlooked many things, and especially when it comes to filing a tax return, they overlook the whether they're owners, financiers, and 1099 contractors. They don't really realize that how are they keeping their books. And that's what we're going to be discussing today. Clean bookkeeping. Everybody's busy, I understand that, but not keeping books clean could actually hurt on their tax return, correct?
You are right, sir. Right, sir. You are correct. 100% right.
Yes. So let once we have this figure out this topic of the day, most people think bookkeeping is just data entry, and we need to get that myth out of their head, because it's just not data entry. It's putting the numbers together, planning it, and then separate it in the separate categories. So what's the real cost of having messy and incomplete books when someone comes to you to file their tax return?
So absolutely, it is much bigger than what people think about,
Yes.
or what people realize it, because messy bookkeeping doesn't just create a confusion, actually directly impacts profits, taxes, loans, cash flow, and even peace of mind. I have seen many business owners, because we work with thousands of business owners throughout the year. Many business owners have been overpaying the taxes, and they're missing some deductions, and they lose IRS. Whenever IRS audits them, they don't have any support in documentation for any transactions,
Yep.
and they struggle even to get some good proper loan approvals also. And the most important thing is they are not, many business owners are taking poor business decisions because their numbers are not accurate, because you are taking the decisions based on the measurement. What you are measuring is books results, but
Right.
if the books are not right, you might be taking a wrong decisions. So it's very important for the business owners, because we put so much of efforts. I am also a small business owner, I understand the challenges. When we put a lot of efforts, it's very important to know how the money is coming in, how the money is going out, what exactly are we really making business profits or not, if so how much it is, then we can take a right informative decisions. So
Yep.
this is why
Very,
bookkeeping is very important.
very well said. Very well said in the opening statement. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you about, more about Mr. Anil Grandhi. He breathes and he leaves taxes and finances 24/7 for over maybe 2.5 decades, maybe more than that. So he's very experienced. He's very knowledgeable, and he's very well connected with some of the very well-known corporate world, such as Forbes. He's one of the listed as the Forbes most recognizable individual when it comes to taxes and finances. So he absolutely brings a lot of knowledge and experience on the table. So, Mr. Grandi, the question I have for you is that, you have worked with many small businesses and you file their tax returns and you advise them. And what you said about mistakes, yes, there are messy bookkeeping and mistakes. What are the common mistakes that you have seen so far that you can let people know about it?
Yes. So what I generally say is, very repeatedly I see these mistakes, mixing personal and business expenses. So when you run a small business, you need to separate it. Both are not some combined. You should completely separate it, and not tracking receipts properly. Every transaction, every expense you are incurring, it should be supported by a receipt and also the purpose why we are incurring that expense. And ignoring bookkeeping for months and trying to fix it during the tax season. So you don't focus during the year, all of only just to be a compliant. When you file taxes, you will be in the rush to finalize the numbers, and then you don't even know for what purpose you are spending the money, what are the transaction, what supporting documentation you have. You don't have it. So if you don't have it, the results won't be right. And also missing claiming mileage expenses, home office expenses, travel expenses, and many genuine relevant business deductions. And also not reconciling bank and credit card accounts, and also using spreadsheets manually rather than using systems which are very cheap to manage, to subscribe, and easy to maintain it. So these are the very small, even though you're a 1099 contractor or a S corporation owner, a small business owner, you don't take this for granted. If you do any of these mistakes, definitely you end up with paying more taxes. You will be exposed for more IRS audits unnecessarily.
Yep, this really sounds like a good advice, because when person is that messy, that creates, obviously problems for everybody and for himself also. Now, imagine this, if a small business owner and he or she got maybe a couple of other employees, and everyone's records, kind of messy. As you mentioned that bank statements and credit card charges are not separated to see what's deductible, what's not deductible. And if it's a multiple people working for that LLC or working for their small business, it would create a really ruckus for you and your staff at AG FinTax to put it all together and to file their tax return. So, there should be a completely to follow list should be given to them. But my point is that, would you suggest them to hire AG FinTax to do their monthly bookkeeping, so they know where they stand, how much is the profit, what's the loss, what are the expenses, how are the things being worked out, so if there is a monthly P&L done, quarterly P&L done, the forecast done, the cash flow forecast done, it would help. And I would really request you to let listeners know how helpful it's going to be for everybody. Just a little extra money, but it takes so much headache away at the end of the year.
Yes. So definitely the moment anyone starts a business, definitely they need to have start tracking the all these transactions.
Mm.
It could be even a freelancer, or you are a realtor, or you are a consultant, or you are an Amazon seller, or you are an IT contractor, a doctor, or physician, or a small business owner, or a financial planner. Whatever small business or 1099 contractor you are doing it, bookkeeping makes this as a bookkeeping becomes an essential requirement, because every business growth, because business growth creates complexity. So
Yes.
don't forget about it. When you start small, it's okay, but as you are growing, it comes with a complexity. You might be having multiple income streams, you might incur different types of expenses, you might need to run a payroll, you need to file a sales tax returns month on month, or you need to pay contractors, you might need to apply for the loans, or you need to buy some equipments, you need to purchase some equipments, and also the tax compliance. Only clean bookkeeping will help small business owners in understanding the profitability. At the end of the month, you need to know how much profit you made from this business.
Yes.
Books may not give the right picture, but
Mm.
only when you track it properly, then you understand the profitability. How to improve the cash flow? If you don't have a proper cash flow, you may struggle in paying even salaries to your employees. These days, I have been seeing, even you are running an IT business owner, IT business, you may not have the cash flow. You have the profits, but you don't have the cash flow to pay your employees. It's
Mm.
very, very important. When you file your taxes, you need to pay taxes also to the IRS, and even to take a smarter decisions, which could help you. Like example, if you know I am making $7,000 of income from this month from these operations, you can spend $2,000 extra on the marketing. Otherwise, how do you know? Like example, if you're making $20,000 income net profit from your business, then you can take a decision to have a business development officer by spending $5,000. Unless you know how much profit you are making from the business after all your expenses, whether you are paying or not, then only you can take an informative decisions. The businesses can scale successfully only when they have a strong financial systems behind them. So
Mm.
very, very important. People take it for granted. Yes, you might need to spend couple of hundreds of dollars every month to have a proper books, but that helps you to save few thousands of dollars either on the taxes or by to take a right appropriate business decisions.
Absolutely. To have all these things streamlined once and for all, it may take a couple of days, few hours, I don't know, whatever that is. But once you streamline everything, it makes it easy for everybody just to follow. And, Anilji, there's a very famous saying, my accountant will fix it. My accountant will fix it. Come December, January, they come up with the big file, all the receipts and all the notes and everything in there. Here, my accountant will fix it. But now they should know that there is a tax compliance issue, and tax compliance issue is very, very serious, and especially for small businesses, because the more messier the business management is, they're going to lose money on their taxes. They're going to be making a lot of mistakes, and they're going to be, I guess, they're going to be inviting IRS for the IRS audit. Before we go into that, let me just talk to Chandra. Chandra, as you are heading the office here in Princeton, New Jersey, tell us a little bit about AG FinTax and what you do at the Princeton office, so our listeners know about this.
Yes, yes. Hello, everyone. So I'm taking care of New Jersey branch operations. I'm into the tax and financial review. I'm basically helping the clients. Say, whenever a new client onboard to AG FinTax, I take full responsibility from onboarding till the completion of the work. If the client got stuck anywhere in the form, I help to get the things done in a fast and smoother way.
Okay, very nice. And listeners, the phone number for the AG FinTax office in Princeton, New Jersey is 253-289-9774. That's a 253-289-9774. And to really get to know more about AG FinTax and their services and how they're helping their clients, from small business, one-man show to multiple companies, you can visit their website, which is AG FinTax, Fin, fintax.com. Do visit and get all the information that you really need to know. Mr. Grandhi, now let's just touch base upon tax compliance and IRS audit and the compliance. What if, can you share maybe a real life example without mentioning client's name or some details that when they get into this, IRS audit, what kind of damage that they are looking into it if IRS finds out, things were not right?
This is a very good question. Many people think that how bookkeeping is connected with an IRS compliance or audits. Actually, as I've been mentioning for the last 15-20 minutes, messy books creates major risks.
Yeah.
So during an IR, any audit can happen to anyone. Any IRS randomly picks files for an audit. If you are a small business owner or self-employed or a 1099 contractor, the probability is higher to audit your scenarios. During the audit, the burden of proof is on the taxpayer. So if the records are incomplete, it becomes difficulty to justify if there are the deductions or business expenses, payroll, contract payments, or mileage, or even business losses. So what happens if IRS for some support ask for some supporting, you should be able to give it. We should be able to explain why you incurred, what is the supporting documentation, and also poor bookkeeping can also lead to incorrect tax filings, payroll tax issues, penalties, interest, and notices from IRS or even state agencies. So, and honestly, one of the biggest hidden costs is stress. So, some people,
Yeah.
I've been talking to the clients, many clients, people say that, okay, paying taxes or paying penalties, interest, it might not be a problem for you. But the stress what you go through as a small business owner, you already have so many challenges and day to day. This is an extra burden. At the end of the day, we should be able to sleep happily whatever we do. So if we go through all these IRS audits, if you're not able to answer them, it creates unnecessary stress. And the books are not, if the books are not organized, business owners are constantly feel behind. Always they have carry it. Man, I'm not doing my bookkeeping. I don't know my numbers. I'm spending the money. As the money is coming up, you're spending the money. But actually you don't know whether really do you have the profits or not. But when the records are clean and update regularly, audits, tax filings, financial plannings, and also decisions as a business owner, you are the captain of the ship. You need to be able to take the right decisions. So the better tools you have, the better financial system you have, the smoother it will be, and it could be lesser stressful. So bookkeeping, don't take it for granted. You have to, business owners should know what you are spending, where you are spending, what are your upcoming expenses in the next couple of months.
Very good. You have answered it so well that if a small business owner is listening to right now and thinking about having their books, really straightened out, I think you have reduced that individual stress 50% because you said it so well. Stress is a one thing because when you're stressed up, then obviously you're not able to focus on your business. You're not able to take care of your employees and all the other things and everything, right? And the first thing you ignored is a cash flow. You think, oh, there's a money in the bank account. That means I must be doing good. But that's not the case because there are so many hidden things also. Anilji, there is a very famous saying, do it yourself, DIY. All right.
Yeah.
And, there are professionals. The professionals are there for a reason because professionals have studied that field, that, they have advanced in their career. They have that knowledge and everything. Everybody cannot do what professionals can do. The point I'm trying to make is if a business owner thinks that, oh, I know the bookkeeping, I'll get the software and I'll get the things right, debit and credit, I'll put it together. Whatever end of the day comes out, I'll file a tax return. Such is not the case. They should really, really try to do this, do it yourself. It's not something that fixing something in a house that or in a garage that you can do it. What kind of advice would you give to those individuals to not to do it yourself bookkeeping?
First of all, I say that, okay, don't get panic with whatever we say, but this is very common for the small business
Hmm,
owners because
hmm,
small business owners, they try to do a lot of things on their own. They are busy. So this is extremely common and especially for the growing businesses. The important thing is to fix it early before it creates tax or compliance problems. Before,
hmm.
if you need to be proactive in fixing the problems rather than reactive. So that's why we come AG FinTax comes with 100 plus employees, CPAs, chartered accountants, financial professionals. We are a big team and we help clients with bookkeeping cleanup, monthly bookkeeping, tax planning, payroll services, CFO advisory, entity structuring, or you want to set up an entity, LLC, we are there to help. Or IRS compliances, audits, reviews, and also SOC audit. If you are having any startup company where you need a SOC audit, we are there. And also a proactive wealth building strategies. It's not about what you earn, it's about what you keep it with you. If you think that when you're paying your taxes, if you think that you are paying a lot of taxes, one stop, just talk to us once. It's just talk to us once how we can help you. So what makes us different is that we don't just categorize the transactions for the bookkeeping. We guide, we understand the numbers, we help the clients on reducing the taxes strategically, improve the systems, and help the business owners on making a better financial decisions.
Yep.
Our goal is very simple. We want to help clients keep more of what they earn and build long-term financial strengths. So people can visit our website, or they can call us, or they can walk in at our Princeton office also.
Very good. All right. Very well said. Now, let's look into the other side, maybe something very educational that you can share with our listeners, Mr. Grandhi. Based upon your experience and based upon your reach and having such a strong foot in the world of taxes and the finances, Mr. Grandhi, tell us, what habits and disciplines do financially successful people follow when it comes to bookkeeping and financial management?
So, once there was a break, can you please ask the question again?
Sure. I was going to say, what habits and disciplines do financially successful or financially a business or a successful business owners follow when it comes to bookkeeping and financial management?
Understand, got it. Okay, so what by working with the thousands of clients over so many years, so what I understood is successful business owners treat bookkeeping as a strategic function, not as an afterthought. So some very successful common habits, what I see is they review financial reports monthly. They separate personal and business finances separately, and they do maintain organized records. They do the planning throughout the year on the taxes. Most of us, we only just file tax returns, but actually we don't do the planning. So the planning is where the only people who can do the better planning, they can be much more successful. And also monitoring cash flows regularly. You need to know how much money you are getting right now, how much you are going to get in the next couple of months, how much you are going to spend, when there will be a cash deficit, so that you will not go through a stressful exercise when the cash shortage happens. And also the most thing is, our success is always depends on with whom we are surrounded by. It's in our life, three people are very important: doctors, attorneys, and financial advisors or accountants or bookkeeping. So that's why we run the business, but these people will help us on staying strong, being compliant, and build the wealth in the long run. That's why, so they understand one important principle, the successful business owners: what gets measured gets improved. So everything has to be measured, do the corrective actions, and implement the strategies for the betterment. So that's why a clean financial state systems create a clarity, and clarity helps the business owners to take a better financial decisions, to grow the business faster and smarter.
Okay, very well said. Very well said. Mr. Grandhi, as we are now pressed for time, in the end, I want to ask you a question, and so listeners would know more about you. As you bring, as I said earlier, you bring, a wealth of knowledge and experience and expertise when it comes to taxes and finances. I really like to know from you, when you were part of Forbes or any other corporate, tax expert companies, agencies, what did you learn from them, and what kind of knowledge you're passing on to your clients? How was your experience being at Forbes and the other corporate entities?
So we are glad that I'm a Forbes Finance Council member for the more than 5 years. I have written a lot of articles. I'm the keynote speaker for so many organizations, so many events. So what we do is, success won't come easily. If you want to be successful in the long run, you need to be organized. You need to have a strong team who can support, who can be back behind you, including our president or a prime minister. They have a strong supporting team so that they can take the front end people can take an informative decisions. So that's what I say that. But But thank you very much, Sandeep ji, for giving this opportunity, and thanks to the Radio Jindagi also.
Absolutely. Thank you so very much for your time, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, agfintax.com. That's the website. You should remember AG FinTax, FINTAX, and they're conveniently located in Princeton. You can visit their office and you can give Mr. Chandra, who heads the Princeton office, you can give him a call at 253-289-9774, 253-289-9774, or easily once you visit the website, once you get to know more about AG FinTax, you can contact them through the website also, but do it now. And Mr. Grandhi, I think when we talk next time, let's just leave one liner out there. I think next time we should talk about the planning always helps, and planning should be done regularly. That means now let's say we are 5 months of the year almost gone, right? And then remaining 7 months will go easily. But if they start planning right now where to invest their money to save on their tax liability, not to get away from paying taxes, but to save taxes. There are retirement planning, there's a financial planning which will help them, whether it's a business owners, whether it's an individual. But if they know they're going to be making X amount of income by the end of the year, right? And if they can park their money somewhere in investment plans, they can save their tax liabilities, and that money will make money for themselves also in the long run. So that's what I think we should talk about in our next live on air conversation on Radio Zindagi.
Sure. Good. Thank you, sir.
Sounds good. Thank you so very much, Chandra. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Sanjay.
All right, and we'll definitely connect with you next time. With that note, we come to the end of this special conversation with Mr. Anil Grandhi and Mr. Chandra Hassan at AG FinTax. Thank you for everybody listening.